morning, and it is a motivational Monday. Monday. Good morning, GB. What's been up? What's been up? What's been up?
Man, 10 toes.
Well, wait. That
Trying to figure it out.
I was gonna say 10 toes sound like a coffin.
Man,
Are 10 toes pointing straight up in a coffin?
Yeah,
but
not that coffin.
We gotta find another analogy.
But no, 10 toes down.
Oh, 10 toes down.
Yeah.
So you've been out there grinding.
Trying to make something
happen. It's amazing how you have a game plan, right? And you set everything in order, and you line everything up. You line your people up. You line your situation up. You line your money up, only for it not to go through. For it not to go through. So then you have to come up with plans. So I guess that's where the term Plan B comes in.
Plan B.
So when God shuts one door, He opens another.
Yep.
He will open another. He'll give you another chance, another opportunity to do what you need to be doing. Is your mic not turned up?
No, I don't think it's up.
I can hear you.
You can?
I can hear you perfectly. I'll turn it up for you.
Phone.
Here you go. I can hear you absolutely perfectly.
I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. Today is Motivational Monday. So with that being said, we're going to drop this motivational quote real quick. It ain't actually really a quote. It's just something that I wrote. Then we're going to come back with some local news. And then we're going to talk about the infamous. She's absolutely really irrelevant, but we're going to talk about her anyway. Motivational Monday. When you've given your all to people you've cared about the most. When you've done all and gone above, beyond to make sure that everything was set in place. When you've sacrificed everything. When you've sacrificed and tucked away little truths in order to protect and make it happen, even when you didn't have it. Just know that you did your job. And if those things aren't reciprocated back, you can walk away with your feelings intact and a clean conscience, and realizing if you lose some people out of your life, life goes on. Also realize that you have to let some things, some people, and some situations go in order for something new to grow. You are your own best friend. Everyone else in your life is just a bonus. So at the end of the day, don't ever feel like you're out there. Don't ever feel like you are alone, because at the end of the day, you always have yourself. When you've given your all, when you've given your best, do not let anybody come in and make you feel less than. Do not let anybody come in and make it seem that you have not been there. I don't have to talk about or brag about the things that I've done for you, but don't sit up here and act like I have not done anything for you. If I've given my all, like I said, and I've hidden little truths in order for you to have a better day or a better life, and you don't see that, that's not on me. I did my part. It was your job to be open enough to receive that. It was your job to be intelligent enough to see what I was going. It was your job to understand the love that I was trying to give. And if you don't, you can make somebody appreciate more by giving them more of what they already do not appreciate. Again, at the end of the day, you are your own best friend, and everybody else in your life is just a bonus. KBOB 89.9 FM radio.
Hey, this is Ralph Johnson of Earth, Wind & Fire, and whenever I'm in Tulsa, I'm tuned in to KBOB 89.9 on the FM.
Smoking mountains, nothing new. Lead me to the mountain top. We'll work until it's time to stop. Oh, baby, 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 baby. Walking through the morning dew, or smoky mountains, nothing new. Lead me to the mountain top. We'll work until it's time to stop. Oh, baby, you're mine, you're mine, you're walking on sunshine. I got to tell you that you're doing fine. Walking on sunshine. I've got to tell you that you're doing fine. Walking on sunshine. That's right, get there. Everybody to the sun, that's right, get there. Everybody to the sun, that's right, get there. Everybody to the sun, that's right, get there. Everybody to the sun. Living isn't everything, but you know the feeling love can bring. I said when you're floating through your cloud, baby, don't you shout too loud, oh baby. You're mine, you're walking on sunshine. I got to tell you that you're doing fine. Walking on sunshine. I've got to tell you that you're doing fine. Walking on sunshine. That's right. Get there.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and we are back. And I was just sitting here talking to Liam, aka GB. There's a meme going around that says there's no more basketball. So go ahead and pick your football team now. Do not jump on the bandwagon. So you were expressing what? That you have a team that you've been riding with, you're looking for a new team, and you got prospects. What's going on?
If Brady's coming back, I'm gonna have to ride with Brady.
Oh my God!
He's a winner.
You guys think he is a god?
He
He
been
has
a winner.
7
He been
rings,
winning.
though. He has.
If he's coming back, I'm gonna have to ride with him.
But what were you saying? Repeat what you were saying about Dallas.
I mean, you like to entertain Dallas because it's close to us geographically.
Yes.
But that it's too much Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones got to play his part.
So what do you mean by that? I know.
Shut up and let his personnel run the show.
I understand what
you got money involved, but hey, man, what you put down ain't
your
working.
His antics,
it's not working for him.
His antics are not working,
and you know it.
His words, his actions, how he has let other people that's kind of sort of on his level influence him, or is he the influencer, or is he being influenced?
Man, it's okay to deal with day-to-day operations, but when it come down to coaching, let the coaches do their job. If you pick somebody, I mean, he's trying to be the president. He's trying to be the general manager. He's trying to be the coach.
The CEO.
That ain't gonna work.
Okay.
That won't work.
So in other words, is he wearing too many hats and he needs to pick a hat and sit down?
And not giving his coach the opportunity to flourish. He needs to go on, sit down somewhere.
Cameron, I have an 18-year-old, a newly 18-year-old that's on my live. Good morning, Left Bug. Good morning. Well, you know what? I don't know much about football. I'm really not a big football fan, so I'm just going to say this. I'm going to find me a team that's in the state with good weather, palm trees, and some pretty colors, and I'm going to ride with that. I'm going to have my team by Wednesday. Right now, that sounds like Miami.
You want no Florida team.
Miami, there's Houston, there's California. So I'm going to pick one of those teams because I like good weather. I like palm trees and I like the scenery. But speaking of weather, the current temperature is 74. The high is 96 and the low will be falling back to 74. They said that there is a slight chance of rain. However, the heat index will be coming back and it will be hot. So when it barely rains, it seems like it lifts the steam up off the earth and makes it extra, extra hot. But remember, drive to arrive safely because wherever you're going, you need to get there safely because just like today, we need you right back here celebrating the rest of the shows at Bobby Eaton Media. There are a lot of good shows coming on. You do not have to miss any of them. Also, we're going to talk about some of the local stories that have been going around. And when GB walked in here, he specifically asked me about a shooting. Now, I don't know what shooting he's talking about because there's been so many of them, even over the weekend. Police say a shooting victim in North Tulsa managed to drive himself to a hospital after the attack. It happened overnight in the 1200 block of Country Club Drive. Police say the victim showed up to OSU Medical Center after or around midnight. The crime could possibly be connected to another weekend shooting. The victim was shot in the lower back while he was in his car. He is now in surgery. We do not have any update on his condition right now, but they did not say that it was life threatening. Whose phone is this that's doing that? One man is killed in overnight shooting. Tulsa police find more than 80 shell casings. So is this the story you're
That's the
talking
story I
about? This
was
is the
talking
story you're
about.
talking about. 80 shell casings. Possibly those could not have come from one gun, but hey, maybe they did, depending on what kind of gun it is. A man is dead after a shooting near East 27th and North Boston Place, according to Tulsa Police Department. Police say the shooting happened just before midnight on Saturday. When officers arrived, they found an unidentified victim laying in the roadway with gunshot wounds to his chest and his legs. Police say he was transported to a hospital where he then was pronounced dead. According to TPD, officers found 86 shell casings at the scenes. No suspects. No suspects at this point. Real quick, Research hosts its third annual for Supply Schools event that will take place August 20th at 2021. So you can go to any research; they're all hosting it in case you need supplies for your baby. Stit. No plans to declare COVID emergencies and schools can't require masks. What you think about that? I think it should be up to the school because only the people in the school know how clean the school really is, not someone that's actually 100 and something miles away. What do you think about that?
You saying that
He
they
plans
shouldn't.
to he has no plans to declare COVID emergencies. Schools cannot require kids to wear masks. Why does he have that much control in a building that he's not in on a daily basis and seeing what's going on? And let me just say this before I forget, because I've been intending to say it for a few days now. Ever since his partner did not win the presidency, it's like Stitt has been using us as a personal punching bag, a personal punching bag. It's like he's taken everything that's supposed to be right, everything that we're supposed to be doing, and he gonna do the complete total opposite. Like he's punishing us for his friend not winning. But again, no plans to declare COVID emergencies, and schools cannot require masks. What do you think about someone having that much control over a building, situation, or people that they are not personally interacting with?
I don't. Although I don't like to wear masks, but I think the kids should wear the masks. The mask simply because you got elderly at home. If you got elderly at home staying with you,
Parents that take
if your
care,
parents is
grandparents that take care of
got
kids.
underlying problems,
Exactly.
they need to be wearing a mask. You
Exactly.
know, if you don't make them wear the mask, then you perpetuating the problem.
So the kids, some children, and we know it. Some kids.
And say for instance, if you got a teacher there that's got underlying problems, that teacher need to the teacher need to be safe. And then if she got a husband, children at home that has that have
Elderly
yeah
parents that she's taking care of.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what do you think that it should be up to the school? Because he's saying that they can't require it. It's like basically, if the school says, "I want you to wear your mask," and a parent is like, "I don't want my kid wearing this mask all day," the parent has the right, but the parent is not there all day. The parent is not there up under the rest of those kids. And what parent would not be okay with their child wearing a mask if it's for the betterment of the kids and your child? Because if your kid doesn't wear a mask and your kid gets sick and brings something home, are you then going to blame the school?
What I need simply they're coming in contact with hundreds and hundreds of kids,
They have come in
if not
contact with hundreds
thousands.
and hundreds of other
Yeah,
kids.
if not
Right.
thousands of kids on a daily basis. You need to be wearing that
For
mask.
about 8 to 9 hours, actually.
Yes, you need to be wearing a mask.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's move on. Like I said, in my opinion, Stitt has been treating this town like a personal punching bag since his friend did not win. Bartlesville police arrest suspect stabbing a stabbing suspect. So this weekend has been a very violent weekend for whatever reason. The Brownsville Police Department has arrested a man they suspect stabbed a 30-year-old woman Saturday morning. Officers found the woman laying in a pool of blood at the Skyline Motel just after 11 a.m. Police quickly administered first aid until the ambulance could arrive. The ambulance took the victim to a local hospital. Officials said her condition is not known at this time. The suspect was quickly found and apprehended without incident. Authorities believe the man is in his 30s, is an acquaintance of the victim. This is breaking news and will be updated more as more information is received. Also, real quick, pandemic surge hitting Oklahoma more rapidly than it did a year ago. As a new Delta variant is fastest and fittest yet. So what do you think about it? So when you hear stuff like this, pandemic surge hitting Oklahoma more rapidly than it did a year ago, as Delta variant is fastest and is fittest yet. And then you have Stitt that's saying it is not required. It is not required to wear a mask. But the numbers are hitting faster this time around because of the new variant than it did the last time around. What do you think about that?
I think it can be
A conspiracy? No, I'm kidding.
well,
You know me and my
I think a little
conspiracy
bit
theories.
of that. I think a little bit of that myself.
I did
I
too.
just think everybody needs to take precaution
Mm-hmm.
and try to deal with this problem, meet it head on. But it's obvious. We all know what type of person Stitt is. He showed his hand.
He showed his hands.
Hand.
He showed his hands. He showed his feet. He showed absolutely everything. New community center plan for North Tulsa. So there is some good news. There are plans to build a $15 million community center near 36th Street in North Peoria. North Tulsa community activist Tracy Chandler says this proposed community center could have a major impact. That actually means a lot of jobs and a lot of things for kids to do. If you love Tulsa, then you will donate, Chandler said, because Tulsa cannot reach its fullest potential until all sides of town have been reached with equality. I agree. Chandler said this is an investment worth making because it is beneficial to all of the Tulsans. Crossover Community Impact says they need to raise $1 million by August 12th as part of a challenge grant. Right now, they say they are still $200,000 short of the goal. So I kudos and applause to anything and anybody that's bringing anything to North Tulsa that's trying to make that city thrive. KBOB 89.9 FM radio. We have some technical difficulties and I am going to figure this out. KBOB 89.9 FM radio.
Precious moment, when will I see you again? When will we share precious moments? Will I have to wait forever? Will I have to suffer and cry the whole night through? When will I see you again? When will our hearts beat together? Are we in love or just friends? Is this my beginning or is this the end? When will I see you again? When will I see you again? When will I see you again, Lord? Precious Lord, are we in love or just friends? Is this my beginning or is this the end?
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Pastor Tim.
And Nicole.
And we want to encourage you guys to tune in
Into
to
the
the His and Her show, Living the Dream Show. We talk about so many issues from real estate, community events and activities, and so much more.
That's right. We talk about business, helping you succeed, the hustle, and tips to help you and your family and home. Tune into the His and Her Living the Dream show every Sunday night.
Right here on 89.9 KBOB.
Check us out on Facebook at His and Her Living the Dream Show.
How to order chicken wings. Number 1, find a good wing spot.
I know a wing spot, Max Wings.
Number 2, decide if you want a combo or if you want to order a la carte.
Huh? What's that?
Well, combos come with chicken, veggie sticks, fries, and a drink for a discounted price. A la carte means that you order each item separately.
Okay.
3, decide if you want bone-in, boneless, or cauliflower wings, and then determine the delicious flavor you want on your wings.
I didn't even know cauliflower had wings.
You learn something new every day. Have you been to Max Wings?
Yep.
Max Wings is located at 782 East Pine Street in Tulsa. We're open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come to Max Wings, home of the dry rub fries.
And we are back. One last story before we jump into our topic today. A man suspected in Oklahoma shootings arrested in Dallas. I don't get why you do crime and then you go to Dallas. That's not that far away. But kudos to him for at least getting out of the Tulsa city limits. You know how many people do crimes on 36th Street and go out to 41st Memorial?
Man.
Like they cannot be tracked down and found. But at least this guy did have the initiative to get up, get out, cross some toll booths into another state. He has been apprehended. He is back in town, and he was arrested with no incident. So, with that being said,
Sweet. This is tiptoe burglar.
The tiptoe burglar. The tiptoe burglar. Oh, you left your juice? Get your juice. So, the issue I'm having this morning is Megyn Kelly. You're having an issue with Candace Owens. I'm going to tell you why I have an issue with Megyn Kelly. You can tell me why you have an issue with Candace Owens. And to be honest, to me, they one and the same. They may be different colors and they may even come from different backgrounds, but to me, they are definitely one and the same. So Megyn Kelly, you know, the little young tennis star, she beat Serena. You know, Serena gave her props. She's a black girl. She did a swimsuit edition. Well, there were some things that she said that she wasn't going to do a press conference after every shoot because she did not want to interfere with her mental. She didn't want to be subjected to what everybody had to say. For one, she's young. For one, she's a black girl. And she knew that there was going to be some crucial criticizing, and she did not want to subject her emotional, vulnerable self to that while playing this game because she needed to be the best she can be, which they told her that she may be fined if she didn't. So she just kind of backed out of it. She did that to protect her own mental health. Kudos to her for being so young. Kudos to her for having somebody in her family that told her that's exactly what you need to be doing, protecting your mental health. As young as you are, you have the rest of your life to play tennis. She's not that old. She's really not. I don't even think she's 21. And if
We're
she
talking about the Asian?
the little Asian black girl. Okay.
Asian.
So with that being said, she did a photo shoot, but she did it months ago. She did it before all of this started. We all know that when you do photo shoots, when you do reality shows, when you do any of that, they do that stuff months in advance and they put that stuff in place to have a season about it or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. So after she declined and quit, well, not quit, after she took an hiatus, the photo shoot was released. So Megyn has something to say. Basically, you stopped doing tennis to protect your mental health, but here you are out here all over all the magazines. A magazine that was shot months ago. And where and why does that concern you? As a black woman, and you not being one, and her being on the cover, and you're not on the cover, why does that concern you? Why do you feel the need to point her out and say that.
See, first of all, it's all about her not being comfortable talking to analysts after she do her thing.
Or even before.
And some people have a problem with interviewing, and she's one of them, and she don't want to put herself out there and be embarrassed behind the things that she's saying. I mean, it's that's her issue, and her her team came out and said that she just don't feel comfortable doing interviews. So you got to give her the benefit of the doubt. She's a young lady. One day she's gonna grow into it, and she won't be having those problems.
I also think too that she did not want to put herself in a position to have to hear anything negative about anything that she's doing right now, because her mind and her spirit really have to be someplace else if she plans to go out there and win.
See, and people got this misconception. She's not crazy.
No, she's not.
She's not mental.
No, she's not.
It's all about her being able to come across when they got the microphone in front of her. She's one of those people that's really not good with a microphone
at talking,
and she's let that be known
several times. She's let it be known several times, and not only has she let it be known several times, she did it with respect. She didn't say, I'm just here so I won't get fined," which we all thought was funny when Marshawn Lynch said it. But he meant that. I'm here to play ball. I'm not here for all that. I'm here to play ball. And now that the ball game is over, thank you, we won or we lost, we got to do better. I'm not here to let you beat me down, bring my spirit down. And she's not an older athlete. She's breaking into the game. So there are things that she still has to learn and get used to. As far as the criticism, everybody can't take criticism and then go out there and still play their best game. Everybody don't have tough skin like LeBron. LeBron doesn't let anything bother him. Kobe didn't let anything bother him. Shaq, just get out of his face. Charles Barkley, whatever. But she's in a much vulnerable situation, in a position, because she's a young female breaking into this.
And she's going to be a phenom. She's already a phenom.
She really is.
She's already a phenom.
She definitely is. Definitely.
Think about it. She just not comfortable in front of with that microphone in her hand, and you can't be. I mean, you can't hold that against her. She's young. She's growing into her own, and she ain't got no problem swinging that racket.
So why do you think Megyn Kelly has so much to say about? She's not the only one,
because
though.
she's a negative.
But she's not
messy, derogatory.
And you mean that too? How your lips?
Yeah, she's messy, and ain't nobody put her in her place right. I mean, when D.L. Hughley then was on there checking her, he should have went on and checked her for real. You know, he should have went on and checked her.
Yeah,
they could nip that in the bud real easy.
She's not the only one that she has attacked. She has attacked several prominent black women, and it's been black women and men. But lately, it has been black women. So my thing is, someone who's a woman of non-color, someone who's a woman. Your job is to sit behind that desk. You're not really kind of out there in the bumping ground of the world of the athletics. You're not in there of the entertainers. You sit behind a desk, you commentate, you do your job. Nobody's saying anything different about that. Nobody's saying anything bad about that. So why is it that you feel that you have the right or in a position to commentate on what any woman or person of color is doing when they're doing it to benefit what's best for them, their situation, and the job that they're trying to do? So leads me to believe this is being done on purpose.
Well, yeah, I want to say this to Megyn Kelly.
Hi, Charlie.
Black people can do more than dribble a basketball and swing a tennis racket. We're brilliant people. The sky's the limit. Motivation. You are always throwing that negativity out there. You need to go on somewhere with that. Say that drama for you know who want to hear it.
They also was saying that I know that she left Fox 23, the racist Fox 23, and I think she left back in 2017 because of something that was said or something that was done. So people are saying that she is using this as a way to get back into their good graces and using this also as a way to be relevant. Do you believe that? Do you think that she's playing the game right along with them to get back into the media world, because they know she's gonna bring the drama? You understand? And I know it. Drama makes good TV. Drama makes good radio. Drama sells. Drama and sex sells. Do you think that she is being this dramified on purpose?
I mean, I just think a lot of this is just within her. Period.
That's who she is.
That's who she is.
That's who she is.
I mean, you shouldn't be doing a young somebody that's got skills like the young lady got. You shouldn't be trying to break her down like that. You should just let her do her thing, because first of all, she's smart enough, she's intelligent enough to know that the girl don't like being across. The girl don't like being on that microphone. She know that. It's very obvious.
Very obvious.
She didn't put it out there. Her PR team put it out there.
Her PR team put it out there, and they did it in such a way that it was not to be mean. They did it in a way to let you know that she's here to do her job. She wants to do her job. She wants to be the best at doing it, but yet still, she's been attacked. So,
being knocked down by a bitter wank, by a bitter chick.
By a bitter chick.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. I'll
We'll talk about it later.
I'll hold that thought. Yeah.
So again, since we're talking about it, let's go ahead and talk about Candace. I know how you feel about Candace. I know how a lot of people feel about Candace.
I started sweating immediately when you said her name. I can't believe some of the things that she be saying. And she said like she really believe it. But I know she's intelligent enough to know all the things that's been done to our people. And you sitting up there, I'm not going to even go there. I'm gonna hold that thought.
I definitely think Megyn Kelly, I mean, not Megyn Kelly, her too, but Candace Owens is definitely using this as a platform. There was a story circulating, and I'm going to do some research on it, that in college she was attacked by a group of Caucasian boys. And who came to her aid, from my understanding, was the NAACP. To my understanding, they came to her aid and not only helped her get justice, not only did they help her file a lawsuit, not only did they help her bring these guys to trial, they helped her through one of the most trying times of her life, because she was also a young Black girl in college and she was being put out there. So from that, where do you go from being attacked allegedly by these young Caucasian boys to hating yourself and your own people, unless you feel like you were attacked simply because of the color of your skin, and you're trying to get away from that. And you're trying to get away from it. Because when she was riding for Trump, and she still is, but when she was riding for Trump and there was somebody that was supposed to come and speak at the, the rallies and everything, she got kicked off. So really, you're doing all this radical stuff and you're putting yourself out there and you're letting everybody know where you stand and how you feel. But at the end of the day, when they chose the people that were going to be on their platform to talk, you were nowhere in sight.
In the beginning, she was going against Trump. I looked at a couple of clippings last night over on YouTube. She was going against Trump. And then she jumped back over on the Trump bandwagon. But I see Candace putting herself out there like another Omarosa. Was it Omarosa?
It was, but look how that worked out.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
She's putting herself out there. She's stretching herself thin. She need to back up off that bandwagon. She know that man ain't worth 10 dead flies smash. And you over here cutting for him.
That's a lot of flies.
Man.
Dead?
10 dead. Man, come on.
Smash?
Dang. Get up off that bandwagon, because you just making yourself look like a heel.
So
leave that alone.
Is that self-hate? Would you consider that to be on both ends? Or, okay, is Megyn Kelly more justified because of who she is and the color she is? And then we look over here at Candace Owens. Do you consider that to be self-hate? What is the difference between what they're doing and but they're different races? That's what I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand, how do two people from two different races, but they're really kind of like on the same page, and both of them is hate?
Well, Megyn Kelly is different. It's a difference.
Okay.
Megyn Kelly
looks the part.
And she's white.
Looks the part.
And she's
that was my nice
talking about Black people.
And looks the part. Okay.
Candace is a Black person, and you talking about your own people and dissing your own people in every possible way you can. Back up away from that, Miss Lady, because this ride, you ain't ready for this ride that you own. You're not ready for the ride that you own.
Somebody's made a quote that said that Megyn Kelly is not really ready for the smoke. that Black women are willing to bring to her if she keeps it up. Lately, she's been protected. She's been, I'm not going to say protected or sheltered, but for lack of a better word, protected and sheltered from really the raft of what somebody really could say to her or really make her feel if they took the opportunity and time to do it. I think people think she is a joke. Me personally, I think she's a joke. I personally think she's a joke. But if I ever got a chance to sit down face to face and talk to her, if she even called on the phone, whatever, inbox me, I think I would have no problem putting her in her place and telling her exactly how I feel and telling her exactly how to get there. I don't think anyone that I know, and if I'm wrong, let me know. If I'm wrong, no one has really taken the opportunity to back her up, sit her down, and shut her up. Have you heard of anything or anybody?
I seen some people get on there with her, but she gonna overtalk them. She not gonna give them the opportunity to get their point across. Every time they say something, she started overtalking them. You know, I just think that you got to catch her when the camera's not on
Do you?
and put her in her place.
You think so?
Oh man,
I mean, but she
when
cuts
I
up.
get through,
She cuts up on
hey,
camera
when I
though.
get through cutting her with
She,
these choice words I gotta say, boy, she'd
you
be
have
in the
something to think
corner
about.
crying somewhere.
Well, Miss Charlie says she do believes it has something to do with self-hate on both parties. And as far as Megan Kelly, having some self-hate against Black women, do she hate us because she can't be us? What's going on? What's going on with that? Because she is not a very attractive woman. So I could see where the hate would come in. I personally could see where the hate could come from looking at beautiful Black women. Beautiful Black women that are not only are beautiful, that are striving, that are successful, that are out here making their own money. Thousands and millions of people love them in a good way, and then you have you.
She probably was in a bad relationship with a Black dude in college. He misused her and went on about his way. That's probably what it really is. She
Really?
probably was in a bad
Is that your
relationship with a Black
theory?
man
That's your
in college, and he treated her like 7 Up and went on about his business.
Okay, so then explain Candace Owens, who
She
was
tired.
attacked
She's very
by
tired.
white men, but
She
now
is. Boy, she's so tired. I was looking at her and I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I could not believe what I was hearing.
why couldn't you believe
I
it?
mean, all the things that we didn't had to deal with, and you running around here
Had to
talking
deal
about,
with, still
and
dealing with,
still dealing
yeah.
with, and you running around here talking about you a conservative man. Get out of here.
Oh
Get
wow.
out of here.
Let's take a few minutes. KBOB 89.9 FM radio. We'll be back. We are not done with you, Megan. We are definitely not done with you, Candace. I think I hold Candace a little bit more
Yeah,
accountable for her words and her
she
actions. And
advocating for the devil.
I believe I hold her a little bit more accountable only because she looks like us, and I would expect more from her. Megan Kelly, I really could care less. She doesn't look like anything or anybody to me. To me, she's totally irrelevant. KBOB 89.9 FM radio.
Do it again, 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 do it again. Do it, 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 do it again, 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 do it again. Do it again, 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 do it, do it, do it, oh, do it again, do it again, do it again, I got to do it again, oh.
This is KBOB 89.9 FM, Tulsa. And now streaming 24/7. Live from the Eden Media Studio. 24/7 live at KBOB899.com.
I love you so right now, my baby. Hey, yeah, little darling, I said I love you so right now. Never gonna let you go. No, no, no. Pretty little baby, I say I want you to try to understand that I want to.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. And we are back. We are still talking about Megyn Kelly. We are definitely still talking about Candace Owen and the effects that they have had on this society and the attacks that they have had on Megyn black women and Candace black people, which is really sad because what does Candace actually really think and believe that when she walks out of a room after spewing all this hatred against her own people, that she's not the butt of these jokes?
But they can't wait till she leave the room so they can go in on her.
They cannot wait till she leaves the room so that they can have their way and say whatever it is that they want to say about her. It's almost like they're using her as a part, and she's okay with that. She is definitely, she's okay with that.
Whatever amount of money they paying you to get up there and do that to your people, young lady, you can do better than that. You can get more money just by being real.
She can get more money by advocating for her people. You can find us at KBOB 89.9 FM radio, KBOB 89.9.com, iTunes Radio, iHeartRadio, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube. You can contact us at 918-856-3873. If there's anything that you want to say, if there's a topic that you want dropped, if there's something that you want to, or a point you need to get across, you can always call in 918-856-3873. We are definitely here for you. Now, we were talking about Megyn Kelly, and I'm not going to necessarily, and it could be, I could see where the self-hate could come in. I can see that. But I also see, what I see more than self-hate is jealousy. I see more of jealousy from Megyn Kelly than I do self-hate. You know, when LeBron expressed his opinions, it was shut up and dribble a ball. But who did it? Tom Brady. And it was, well, he's entitled to his opinion. What's the difference? They're both high-profile athletes. They both are very influential. They're both they come into our homes on their TV screens as if they are family. So what is the difference between LeBron expressing himself and being told to shut up and dribble, and Tom Brady, oh, he's definitely allowed to express his opinion and nobody should take that from him? Did that do, because that kind of ticked me off a little bit. It ticked me off because that was very blatant. I know you heard both statements. What did you think about either, or what did you think about both?
She was just letting everybody know again that Tom Brady is a white man and LeBron is a black man. LeBron, you get over there and sit down. Tom, you got the flow. That's the world we live in. You know, that is the world we live in. I hate to put it that way, but that, you know what it is.
Does that hurt your feelings?
Well,
Well,
I'm immune to it right now.
Okay.
Because it's something that we see every day. And staying in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you know what it is, Schmickle.
Okay, but before you learn to deal, before you learn to cope, before you learn to ignore,
it makes me want to F something up daily.
Okay, that's the response I was looking for. So because you felt that way, and because you know where that could lead, and because you didn't want to get yourself in some trouble or have an issue with something or somebody when you didn't need to or have to, you became immune to it. So let me ask you, is that what we as Black people have to do?
We shouldn't have to.
Okay.
But, you know, wisdom, you know, age, wisdom, all that play a part. Different experiences. You know, hey, you got to weigh things, you know, go upside somebody's head or do something bad to somebody, be sitting down there in jail, take you out of the element of which take you away from your family, your friends. You gotta weigh it.
You have to weigh it. You do. You have to weigh it. You have to weigh it. But
we shouldn't have to deal with that.
That's what I was going to say. We shouldn't have to put our feelings on the back burner. We shouldn't have to find ways to deal and cope with things that bring us out of our element. We shouldn't have to do that. We should all be able to express ourselves, but do it respectfully. We should all be able to tell our feelings and do it respectively. We should all be held accountable for the things that we say, the things that we do. We should be held accountable for the influences that we put out, especially if you are on a platform. That would be like us sitting up in here and spewing all kind of hatred towards the Asians, where people can hear us, or where we're being broadcast out, or where just anything, any platform that you have to be responsible for the things that you put out and how you are coming across and how things are looking. And I do not think that Megyn Kelly has that. I'm gonna say sense. There's nothing else I can say. I don't think she has enough sense to know that you're not making yourself look good. And if you are, you making yourself look good to the wrong people, the people that we don't want to deal with anyway. So go ahead and have it. Why don't y'all go over there and sit in y'all bubble and have a big old powwow and let us sit over here and be great? I think that's what the issue and the problem is, that we're sitting over here being great, greater than you ever have been, greater than you'll ever be. And that's a problem for you. That's a problem for you. Now, as far as Candace Owens, I was asking you about her because I don't really have any words to describe her. So that's why I was asking you, because I don't have any feelings or emotions to describe her. I don't.
You need to go home. And you need
No,
to
you want me to
punch
be
in
mad
her
if
name
I
on
go
YouTube and take a look at it. And when you see me Wednesday, you tell me what you think.
But how's that going to leave me feeling? Real quick, how's that going to leave me feeling? Because I know how I feel about the equality and the love that I have for my people. All people, my people especially, but all people. So what is, if I go home and look at her on YouTube, how am I going to feel? How is that going to affect me? I know you don't know personally, but you give me a rough draft, because apparently you've seen and read some things that she said and it rubbed you the wrong way. So you knowing who I am and what I stand for, how do you think? Give me a heads up.
Just some of the things that she say, I can't even believe that she would let them roll off her tongue. And how do you feel when you approach other black people when you done said these type of things? You know, how do you feel when you approach a 55-year-old man or a 60-year-old man after saying some of the things that you have said, and you got a platform to make a difference, not to be trying to run black people through the dirt? I mean, if it's something that we're not doing, you don't have to go out there and publicize it like that and try to degrade us more than the enemy has already tried to degrade us.
So there's a way to help to hold people accountable for what you say and do without trying to tear them down.
Man, it's a
Just
way to do everything.
You don't know.
It's a way to do everything.
Exactly.
And she young. She 32 years old. I mean, you just start living.
So is it safe to say that maybe she hasn't been through enough? I don't even really want to say that, because you don't really have to go through anything to see stuff that has happened, right?
I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
When I was a 32-year-old,
you shifted your body when you was gonna say it.
When I was a 32-year-old man,
uh-huh.
I was cutting paper like Kinko's, and didn't nobody have to sign no contract for me to get the money. Didn't nobody have to sign no contract. You know, I was gambling and doing all kinds of things, cutting paper. But I never had to go to the man, and reduce myself for him to give me something, talking against my people, trying to hurt my people. That ain't, I mean, somebody needs to get in their ears.
So that's what I was saying. You did all that you did and did what you do, but not at the expense of somebody else. Or better yet, not at the expense of your own people.
Not like that. Not in that sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I mean, I I think she went to Rhode Island or something. She went to one of those. I mean, you got. Hey, I mean, you should be able to differentiate between the two. I mean, hey, if you think Trump got some love for you, keep living. You're gonna find out the hard way.
What has he possibly done to show her that he has some love for her?
Nothing.
Okay, so if you can see that, and I can see that, and she's actually there, so what's the excuse
She's
now?
becoming another what's her name? Omarosa.
Omarosa. You've mentioned her name 2 or 3 times. So what's your deal with Omarosa as a reason you keep saying she's becoming another? Because we all saw when she got to the White House what really happened with Omarosa. We saw that. Forget The Apprentice. Forget everything else she had did or done up until then that was supportive of Trump. When she actually got in the White House,
She had skills, right? She's smart. She was a smart lady
I don't know
to a
what
certain degree.
I don't know
But I'm gonna
what
say this
she's
right
about, to
here.
be
She
honest.
became a sucker, and that's what she became a sucker.
So then when she got kicked out of the White House, that's when she started the backlash and the back talking.
Right.
So that further lets me know. And then they said that there was some tape, that some recordings that she had recorded while she was there. I don't know how true it is, but if that was the case, why was she recording in the first place if everything was on the up and up? If she thought everything was so good and he was such a great man, why were there recordings in the beginning? And how all of a sudden now that you're no longer there with him, that now he's this person, that person, this, you never saw those things before, or did you turn a blind eye because it was getting you what you want?
She turned a blind eye.
Okay, so does that do yourself and your people
no
more
justice.
of an injustice?
No justice. Don't do her no justice.
So you were willing to turn your back in order to get to where you needed to be at the expense of your own people until he showed you exactly who you were.
Until he kicked you to the curb.
Until he kicked you to the curb. So now she doesn't have anything good to say. So how can we how can we take somebody like her seriously? How do we take Candace Owens seriously? How do we take Omarosa seriously? How do we take Megyn Kelly seriously when they have nothing good to say?
She tried to revert back. She made her little money, wrote a little book, but still, everybody know who everybody know the real deal on you. You know, hey.
I would say this: self-hate is a horrible thing. When you actually do have to dim somebody else's light to make yours shine, or whatever that looks like, then that is a sad case. If you are going around criticizing somebody for no reason, not things that they've done, not things that you've seen they done, or things that you know that they are capable of doing better, just because today is Tuesday. Just because today is Tuesday and tomorrow is Wednesday, you take it upon yourself to do that. I will say that possibly could equate to self-hate.
You down your own people to upshift yourself. That's horrible.
Not only your own people, because I don't want it to seem like it's just a black thing, but in my opinion, anybody.
Well, Candace, in Candace's situation.
And Omarosa, go ahead.
And Omarosa, it is.
You are correct. We are definitely at the top of the hour, but I'm going to go ahead and read you Motivational Money one more time before we get up and get out of here. But just like today, we need you right back here Wednesday with another topic. If you have a topic and you want me to drop it in my inbox or any one of our inboxes. KBOB 89.9 FM radio. Motivational Monday. When you've given your all to the people you've cared about the most. When you've gone above and beyond to make sure that everything was put in place. When you've sacrificed, tucked away little truths in order to protect and made it happen even when you didn't have it. Know that you did your job. And if those things aren't reciprocated back, you can walk away with your feelings intact and a clean conscience, and realizing if you lose some people out of your life, life goes on. Also realize you have to let some things, some people, and situations go in order for something new to grow. You are your own best friend, and everyone else in your life is just a bonus. If you don't have time to spend time with anybody special today, make sure you spend time with yourself, because we here at the Meek in the Morning Show and crew definitely think you are worth it and you are somebody special. So if you have to spend the day with somebody, even if that somebody special is just you, do that. Motivational Monday. We'll be back here Wednesday. KBOB 89.9 FM radio. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. And thank you just for being there. Love you today. Love you tomorrow. See ya.
Here I lay all alone, tossing, turning, longing for some of your